Hello fellow cinephiles, Film Guru here. Today I'm reviewing Lean on Pete, this new independent film that came out recently, and it was directed by Andrew Haigh and stars Charlie Plummer, Steve Buscemi and Chloe Sevigny. It really is a story of a 15-year-old boy who takes a summer job with a horse trainer, and this is where he befriends Lean on Pete, the aging racehorse that is on his last sort of legs, so to speak. And it looks at how this relationship develops, but it also looks at Charlie and the character he is and what he has to go through. There's a lot of things that happen to him within the film that you don't quite expect. And it's really about this physical, mental and emotional journey that Charlie goes on with this racehorse, Lean on Pete. But also, it's a lot of other things happen for him along the way. He meets really colourful characters, there's things that transpire for him that are quite shocking and surprising. And it's a real journey for him. And it's really about this young guy persevering. No matter what happens to him, no matter what transpires, it's about him moving forward and getting to his goal. He's trying to get to Arizona to see his auntie and to live with her due to circumstances that arise within the film, a tragedy and a setback. And he goes on this journey, and it's quite a shocking and surprising journey you don't expect, and the story twists and turns in different ways. But it's really about this young boy going on this journey with this horse, and a mental journey, and trying to find where he fits in the world. This was a surprising film. I saw the trailer a while ago, and I thought this was kind of an interesting idea. But in saying that, one criticism I would have is the trailer is a bit misleading. What you see in the trailer does transpire, but there's much more to the story, much more going on, and he goes through a lot more than just his relationship with Pete, which is what the trailer doesn't explain or show you, I guess. But it's kind of a fascinating and powerful film. This journey this young kid goes on, the stuff he goes through, the experiences that he has, are quite shocking and disturbing, but everything that happens to him shapes him into the person he becomes. And I really like that aspect to it. I think Charlie Plummer's a really solid actor. There's something really likeable about him, and he's very real with his performance, and I quite liked what he was able to do. And I'd like to see more of him. I haven't seen the other films he was in. The biggest one he's sort of known for is All the Money in the World. I haven't yet seen that film, so I haven't seen his performance in it, but I really love what he did in this. He's a character we can really get behind. Everything he experiences and sees, we experience and see. We go on the journey with him, and he's really the eyes into the world, and we see it all through him. And I think he carries the film quite well. And there's some really colourful characters throughout it. It really feels like a modern day Western. And in saying that, it's the journey he goes on through the desert and the people he meets, but it just has a real Western-y feel to it. It's set in, sort of Wyoming and places like that out in the middle of nowhere, and you can really get a sense of that throughout the film, and it just feels like a modern day Western, and I really liked that aspect to it as well. And like I said, it was very surprising, the things that transpire, and I did not expect, and it went in directions that I couldn't even comprehend it was going to, and it was quite a shocking experience in some aspects of it. But it's really about the journey this young boy goes on, and the journey we go with him on. I thoroughly enjoy this. I think it's got really great performances, independent and unique film, and I really recommend people to watch it. I don't know if it's going to be everybody's type of film, but I just like it's very low key with a simple and basic story with a lot of twists and turns along the way. Final verdict. Look, if you like a sort of low key, simple, really solid, well-made film, well-told story, you may thoroughly enjoy this. If you like a western-y sort of story, you might like it as well. And it does have a feeling of All the Pretty Horses, that is a Cormac McCarthy novel that Billy Bob Thornton made into a film. It's not the same sort of story, but it just has a bit of a feel and sense of that, and it has a bit of a feel and sense of Into the Wild as well, a Sean Penn film that he made a few years ago. But I do recommend this to people who like a good, solid and well-made film, because that's exactly what this is. And it's refreshing in ways because it doesn't go the way you expect. And I guess it's like life in that way. It's like a metaphor for life. You can be going along and everything can be fine, and then something can happen and your life can veer off to the right, but it comes back eventually. And you're shaped by that experience that you do have, and that's what this film really does. Look, I'm going to give this film 4 out of 5. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I liked the idea. It was a bit different than all the other films I'd seen. It's one of the better films this year, and I've been really impressed with how it was shot and made, and the acting and the story. Anyway, That's all from me today. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy any of the reviews that you've seen or seeing, please hit subscribe down the bottom. Otherwise, until next time, enjoy the movies.